So I am very excited for today's video because I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own eyeshadow primer at home using products you probably already have laying around your house. It's super simple, and I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of you guys, especially if you're just starting off with makeup and you don't have an eyeshadow primer. Now you can just make your own at home, and it's very comparable to the higher end primers like Urban Decay Primer Potion, the NARS Primer, Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and it's also great for people who don't want to go out and spend that kind of money on those primers, or if you've run out of primer, this is also a great alternative. So it's really great, and I've been testing it out for the past couple weeks now, and I really like it. So in the video, I'll also be showing you swatches so you can see a comparison with the higher end primers as well. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let's go ahead and jump into everything. Alrighty, so to make the primer, you're going to need a body butter, preferably one that's unscented or one that has a very light scent to it, a foundation, a creamy concealer, a little container to put everything in, and I'm using a wooden fork that I got from Sprinkles Cupcakes, but you can use a popsicle stick or a plastic spoon. It really doesn't matter because we're just going to be using the very end here, and a toothpick. Okay, so I already have a finished primer here, and this is the one that I used on myself, and I figured I would show it to you guys so you could see what the finished product looks like. So this is what we are going for. So I'm just going to start off with my little sample container here. This one is actually, whoops, flying all over the place. This one's from Nordstrom. You can use any kind of little container you have lying around. This one had an eye cream in it, but I used up all the eye cream, so I figured I might as well use it for this. You can also use those little takeout containers that you get to put sauces in. Those would work really well too. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be using is my foundation. I'm using Laura Mercier's Silk Cream Foundation. You can use whatever foundation you have laying around. Just make sure it's a liquid or a cream foundation. It really does not matter what foundation you use. I just happen to be using this foundation at the moment. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and squeeze it in. Not that much, just a little bit. And then I'm going to be using a creamy concealer, and this is Rimmel's Match Perfection. Again, you do not have to use this exact concealer, just whatever you have laying around will work just fine. So I'm going to take this, and you want equal parts of foundation, concealer, and the body butter. So I am just going to squeeze about the same amount of concealer in here. It doesn't have to be exact, just eye it. And I find that using the foundation and the concealer together in this primer really works the best. You could use just the concealer or just the foundation, but I find that when you mix the two together, it really has the best staying power. So now I am going to be using my body butter. This is the Yes to Carrots Nourishing Body Butter. So I'm just going to take the end of my little wooden fork here and get a little bit out. Remember, this is equal parts, so you don't want too much. Just kind of eye it, maybe a little bit more. Now the body butter is just going to help bring everything together. So now I'm going to take my toothpick and mix it all together. Okay, so this is the finished product, and now I'm just going to get a little tiny bit out. You just need the tiniest amount. And I'm going to do a little tester for you guys. I'm going to be comparing it to the NARS Eye Primer and the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So I'm just going to take the homemade primer and put it right here. Okay, so I just went ahead and did some swatches so you guys could see the differences clearly. So here I have an eyeshadow without any primer. This is using Urban Decay's Primer Potion. This is using the NARS Eye Primer, and this is using the homemade primer that we just made. So as you can see, the homemade primer is very comparable to the high-end primers, and this is what you get when you don't use a primer at all. So you can see how important primer really is. Now, as far as wear goes, I'm going to be honest with you guys and tell you that it's probably not going to last as long as the higher end primers like NARS and Urban Decay, but it does last a good 5 to 8 hours for me, and I'm someone that has very oily eyelids, so that's fine for me for everyday use. I don't need some kind of spectacular eye primer because the NARS and the Urban Decay will last like 12 hours or even 24 hours depending on your skin type. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're someone with oily skin, this primer will probably crease on you sooner than somebody that has dry or normal skin. So it really varies from person to person and depends on your skin type. So yeah, I think that is pretty much everything. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you try out this primer. Tweet me on Twitter. Let me know. Leave a video response. I love hearing back from you guys. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So I will see you all later, and I hope you are all having a wonderful day. Bye.